sorry. I must leave you. I got a good like 20 minutes out of them, but
that's all you need.
Yeah, worked out. Okay, minimize that. That's uploading. Great. 5 minutes till it uploads? Of course.
Ugh. Everything's connecting.
Yeah, I'm putting my thing on hotspot so I don't lose you because my Wi-Fi sucks.
Whoa.
Oh, hold on. Let's see.
I won't lose you too either.
And I don't wanna miss a thing. I said choke. Alright.
All these people on Periscope joining already.
Oh, we're pre-showing already?
Yeah.
Oh my.
We're going fast and hard this morning.
That's what she said?
Sure. Be happy to.
Yeah. Nice. Oh. Okay. Alright. I think I'm posting the podcast, right?
Sure.
I'm trying to see if I am.
I hope you are.
Nope, I'm hosting the guy I braided shit. Whoops. Oh, fuck him right now. Nice man, but I got a thing to do.
These Disney games were taking me away from Yakuza 0.
Here's the thing. I found most of them to be okay.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, well.
I said okay, not great. Alright, download the thing.
I did get a kick out of when I was looking at the companies that all three of us ended up choosing 2 games that were made by the same people.
Who? By who? Capcom?
You did Capcom, I did Sega, and Colin did Disney Software Virgin Interactive.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I was like, wow, everyone doubled up. Like, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that's what happened.
I just wanted to see Slay National Quest, which I didn't even get that much time to because I've had such a busy week.
It has been a busy week.
I got that. I like dabbled in it. The past 2 weeks have been like
it has been a busy couple weeks.
All right, and I'm gonna be. I got grinding Breath of Fire later. Oh, that's gonna be pain.
I like Breath of Fire. I like that series.
I'm playing the second. The first one was good, but like the Super Nintendo one did not age well.
It happens. They all can't be winners in the long term.
Nah, Jeep. Well, it's like everything is like 4-letter abbreviations. So potion would be like Pitin, and I'm like, what's a Pitin? And you have to like look at a guide to see what it's talking about.
Yeah, that's what those instruction manuals usually had in them.
Fuck them. I don't got time.
I don't got time for paper.
You think I read? How dare you? My question is,
so this should be
why?
a quick one. We're just doing our little intro. We'll talk about some stuffs. Then we'll do Nintendo Direct, and then the Disney games. Be nice.
Swag, J.
I'm trying to make an effort to keep the podcast more concise and under 2 hours.
I believe that's something we can all agree on.
Yeah. That is
Hold on a second. Except my audio sounds like muffled. Like when you're talking on the phone. It's not doing the thing. Oh, that's why. Hold on 1 second. Now speak.
Now speaking.
You're so much more clearer and phlegmier. Yes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on. Oh, man, my emulator just blasted in my ear because it was on, apparently. Don't you hate that shit?
Dorothy, thank you for the retweet and the follow. Awesome.
Dorothy's good people.
Oh, man. I don't know how to pronounce this, but...
oh, wait, you're a Twitch affiliate. Are you a Twitch affiliate now?
Yes.
Oh, you gotta be careful with restreaming. They don't like that, by the way.
Who cares?
So, okay. I just don't want you to lose your, 3 cents.
Oh, I don't make any money off it.
Well, you do with, Twitch Prime subs and the bits.
I don't have any.
Well, you know what? I'm trying to just be a fucking positive influence, but here I am.
Coda366 also with the retweet. Thank you so much. Starting off the show with a bang.
Yeah.
Starting off.
Oh, what do I have to do after the podcast? All right. I should be ready when you are.
Okay.
But, yeah. I just want to make the notepad smaller. Woo! Okay.
Well,
my body is ready.
You've been watching the wrestling?
My two companies that I watch. I didn't watch Impact yet. I forgot about it, actually. Shit.
Oh, this last Friday?
Yeah.
Oh.
I hate that it's on Friday, not Thursdays now.
Yeah,
it messes up my
I'm like
whole morning
50-50
schedule.
if I get back from bowling early enough.
Yeah.
On Friday nights.
Well, because normally before work Fridays, I'm like, oh, it's Impact Day. I'm like, fuck, it's not Impact Day yet. Because I watch in the morning. I'm like, shit.
This past Friday was quite a sight to see. Seeing 3 out of the 4 main eventers slowly. The crowd just it's booking and promos that are so cringeworthy that you just
really
with Moose Cross, Johnny Impact, and Brian Cage.
I really think Johnny Cage is being horribly booked as a champion. To be like, oh, Dusty finish again. Like, look at him.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel, and I wanted him to win that belt, and I'm like, oh man, this sucks. I really like Johnny Impact.
I like him too, but the way they booked him in Lucha Underground was it fit who he is. He's like the California geek dude. He's like, look at me, I'm from California, I'm better. Surfs up, brah. You know, that kind of shit. Yeah. I'm gonna take you to Slamtown.
I'm from Slamtown, USA.
Yeah, he was like the lame California bro.
I really hate that he says he's from Slamtown. I'm like, okay. Is that like a Jersey Shore thing? Like,
yeah, it's a California version of the Jersey Shore.
What's up, broski? Want to go down to Slamtown? Take you and your bitch.
Uh-oh. Alright, like, I gotta stop my cat from running around the apartment.
Stop it.
What's up,
Doing me a fascinate.
He was not having that.
Yeah, well, you know what they say about cats. You can't live with them. You can't turn them into Chinese food.
I mean, you can.
Not recommended.
Is there like a law preventing that? I don't think so, Kevin.
They're, PETA, the best group.
Oh, did you see the tweet that they made the other day?
Oh, yeah, they can fuck right off.
Oh my god, that was so bad. It's like Steve Irwin deserved to die, pretty much. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Last
time I was at the aquarium, my brother's girlfriend pet the stingrays and go, I don't pet you. I remember what you did.
Never forget.
Never forget. Investigate 311.
Man. I was like, PETA, you picked the wrong dude.
Yeah, like there was nobody more wholesome than Steve. He didn't even like hurt animals. He was just like, look, a crocodile. Isn't that thing cool? Hope it doesn't bite me.
I hope it doesn't take my head off.
But it won't, because he knows I'm a wholesome man. Doing an investigate.
Like even his son is like leading causes for endangered species and awareness, and I'm like, PETA, you should be
not euthanizing animals.
Yeah. Should be on the opposite end of that spectrum. That was not a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe when I saw it. I was like, PETA, usually I just ignore your ass. This one's bad.
Bad company. Are they labeled as a terrorist organization, I think? No, that's the Juggalos. I lied. Someday
PETA will be able to be in that group.
Sick. What goals to strive for?
But yeah, Impact Wrestling. It was quite a spectacle to watch an opening segment where you can literally hear the crowd in real time turn on all the characters involved.
Yeah.
And you go, that's a bad promo and booking when that's happening.
They should just let Brian Cage be champ already. Like, come on, the dude deserves it.
Well, I said on the wrestling podcast that at Uncaged, which was last Friday.
Yeah.
I was like, Brian Cage either needs to win the title now, or Johnny Impact and Taya Valkyrie turn heel.
Yeah.
Like, on that show.
Yeah.
And
honestly, the show's fucking called Uncaged. Like, what?
Yeah, it was called Uncaged, and nothing uncaged happened about it.
Yeah. Like, I can understand if it was called Uncaged and, like, Brian Cage got defeated clean. You're like, okay, I get it. Uncaged. Haha, funny.
Right, huh?
Ironic, like, fuck, right? Man, no. That was so not what happened at all.
No, he ended up coming out looking like a geek yet again.
Yeah.
And there was a backstage promo in the back last Friday of Johnny talking to Brian. He's like, "Yo, man, bro, sorry, but Cross and Moose, they're there. Here's a contract, sign it, and you get your title shot." And Cage is like, "I don't know. Okay, I'll think about it."
I'll think about it. The thing I've only been chasing for months.
Geek. I don't know what is with Western wrestling companies, or you know what I should say, American wrestling companies with making
Vince Russo.
making their main event stars just come across as total geek nerds.
I want to know why everyone can't learn to, like, hey, the crowd doesn't like this guy anymore. We should move away. Like, just start feeling the crowd. Like, they're clearly not behind Impact anymore. Let's go with you.
Or do something unique and different with the character.
Stop that. Don't, no. What are you talking about?
Right, logic.
Right. No, stop.
What am I doing here?
What you need is more Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, right.
I like how that was the most self-aware thing WWE's ever done. Yeah. That was great. It was just like, how about tall blonde lady?
They're very self-aware, but then you saw Asuka get pinned.
Yeah.
By Mandy Rose. I'm like, you know what? The first self-awareness thing was fine. You don't need... And then the rumors of Lacey Evans, the other tall blonde woman, getting pushed. Yeah, well, I'm like, that's the thing. Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, she's getting a Mania push for her Elimination Chamber, show up. But Kofi's only getting Fastlane. Like,
well, I do agree with that. I do agree.
Yeah.
With Kofi, yeah, because that was supposed to go to Mustafa Ali, and then they kind of had to do an audible, and crowds behind Kofi. And I don't think it's main event worthy. I agree. Fastlane, sure.
I don't think. I want Kofi to be at Mania versus Bryan. I want Mania.
It's not. That's not Mania.
It event. Could be. It's all Randy Orton's fault.
It's not. Okay.
It is.
So they can use this time. They could use this time to build the next contender in the background. Number one contendership. That thing that exists.
What if Kofi fails at Fastlane, right? And then New Day kick him out for being like fucking weak, and then Big E and Xavier are like the biggest heels.
No, there's no reason to break up New Day.
I think there is though. I don't want it to happen, but they will.
There's not enough like tag teams and trios in WWE in general. It would be something if Big E or it could still be Kofi. Like, go, okay, we've seen what we're capable of. Let's work as a group from now on. Like we used to when we were the longest running tag team champions ever.
Or Kofi says New Day's been holding them back, turns on them.
Oh, I don't need that. We don't need more.
I'm not saying turns. I want it.
We don't need more character turns in WWE. There's
Come
so
on,
many.
Rusev and Shinsuke though, they're doing so great.
Oh right! Oh my God! Yeah, the U.S. title. Remember that thing that they got?
The coolest looking belt that we're just forgetting about.
Christ.
I feel like they should just retire that belt and do something new with it at this point.
Just not have it all together.
Just make a new belt, like the Central American Championship.
TV title has to be defended on TV every week.
Hardcore title.
Period. Hardcore title would be new and interesting.
Bring it back.
Bring it back. Why not?
European champ. Wait, the TV title was defended every week?
That's the idea behind a TV title.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I only knew it from playing WCW NWO Revenge.
Well, in WCW, the TV champion was booked to either defend or be on TV every single week. That was his role.
It's almost like your championship should be on TV every week.
Wow, yeah, right?
To like make it known that it's there. I love what what Velveteen did in like NXT, where he's like, "I'm over you and your NXT belt. I want the secondary belt." I was like, just do that with the Intercontinental belt. Like, have someone win the Rumble, look Brock dead in the eye, and go, "You're not even fucking here. I don't want it." Like,
right? Yeah.
And then just completely devalue him. Like, I don't even want to bother.
Nobody
with you,
wants to even go after him anymore. They just don't care. Yeah.
Just like you are going to just not show up. Why bother? Like, why cut promos?
Would be very self-aware of it all.
Yeah.
It would be a good story. I really would like to see it. Like, that title's not even here. Can't even do anything about it. Go to management.
I make my own belt.
Like Zack Ryder, the internet title.
Oh, yeah, but then they'll get buried.
Yeah. Definitely did happen. All right, let's get this going.
Let's get ready. Let's go.
All right. Count it down. 3, 2...
Oh, I wasn't sure.
Oh, you huh? Yeah?
I didn't know if you wanted me to count down. Sorry.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
Table.
Fucking cat.
I don't need to start off the podcast with already editing audio 2 seconds in.
That's what you think.
Yeah, well. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. And welcome to the Red Leaf Retrocast, episode 38. Retro Gaming Edition here. I am your host, JD. New haircut and all. It's been a long time since last summer. I did it, Kevin. You're here.
You did it.
I did it.
You did it. I'm back from my kayfabe injury.
Kayfabe injury?
Yes.
Did you
it was a long road.
Too many tombstone pile drivers?
Super dangerous. I tore my pec from a hip toss.
I don't. Well, that would be possible.
John Cena did it.
It would just be one of the lamest injuries ever. Oh, how'd you do it?
Yeah,
it was a Canadian destroyer, I swear.
Yeah, I definitely took a burning hammer. It was it hurt.
It's like, no, I watched the video bag. It was definitely hip toss. No, shut up. Didn't happen.
You don't know me.
Wasn't your last injury an arm drag or a headlock? Shut up.
Shut up. I'm Sin Cara, bitch.
He's actually a really good wrestler.
Yeah, he is.
Caristico in Mexico, he's really good.
Yeah.
But this is the Retro Gaming Podcast. We're here. We got a Nintendo Direct to go through. That happened. That's some news. That's some fun stuff.
Yeah, it did.
And our theme of the day was picked by you, Kevin. What is the theme that we'll be discussing later?
Disney games that I need an excuse to play.
Well, most of these games I'd never even played before, so it was nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Remember when licensed video games used to be good?
No.
No?
Actually,
we have done movie games and anime games in the past, so they weren't all winners, that's for sure.
I live by a simple rule in life, is that there's always an exception, no exceptions, and like the 16-bit era was like, all right, movie games can be okay here.
These can be all right, maybe. Yeah. We'll put in 75% effort.
Nice. What's our budget? Unlimited? You're Disney? Yeah, we're still gonna make it shit.
Everyone's EA.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, back then, that's kind of what it was.
Have you? Okay, I mean, I know this is modern game talk right now, but I gotta say this. Have you seen the reviews for the games that are coming out in February?
Like Anthem? I only know Anthem was like... Actually, here's the thing about Anthem. I was in one gaming group I'm in, and like, the meme of going like, oof, anytime somebody says like something serious and you don't know how to respond?
Uh-huh.
So somebody put up a thing of Anthem. It's like, Anthem has no excuse to be this bad. And literally all the comments, like 40 people are going, oof. That's it. That's all they can say. It was like, just a giant thread of oof. And my friend's like swearing by Anthem. He's like he's one of my best friends, but he can never be wrong about anything. He's like, Anthem's going to be great. I'm like, you should probably wait. Like, it's not going to be good.
You should
at least
probably
not when it comes
remember
out.
It's from EA.
Yeah, like when it comes out, I'm not saying it won't be good in the future, but like you should wait. And then he ended up playing it and he's like, it's got issues. I'm like, just
admit that it's not a good game.
Yeah. He is a man who refuses to be wrong about anything in life. So what else came out in February?
Well, I made the joke on Twitter and I go, man, there's like a bunch of games in February that came out that are trying to compete for worst game.
What else came out though? Like
Jump Force came out, the big anime fighting game.
I saw a trailer of that. That looked like every character had a stick shoved right up their ass when they were walking.
You are absolutely right. Do you remember the game J-Stars?
I played it, but I was like, this is like Budokai Tenkaichi, but worse.
Yeah, imagine Jump Force is worse than that. So.
I saw Yugi was in it, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, characters are in it, but that's the best thing about it.
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, why is Yugi in a fighting game?
Metro Exodus came out. That got okay reviews, but for a game with that budget, I saw
83 user on Metacritic.
It's gone down.
Oh, okay.
It's about 80. 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Which is...
I mean, here's the thing about reviews. Like, I've said it before. Like, I'd rather watch somebody play something and be like, "That looks cool," because everyone's tastes are different. I mean, I haven't played a Metro game, but I really always wanted to.
You're right.
So, bring back single player.
Yeah, but Metro Exodus just has a lot of just nothing about it.
Yeah. Who publishes that now?
God, I can't.
Deep Silver? Is it Deep Silver?
I don't know off the top of my head. And then Crackdown 3, an Xbox exclusive that's been in development for like a decade.
Yeah, but that one's not like a shock. I'm like, okay, it's out. It's like,
is it really a shock though?
No, it's not a shock, but I'm just like, yeah, okay, fine, it's out there. Can we all stop talking about it now?
It's just shocking how February is supposed to be this big month of game releases, and then just everything has just shit the bed, essentially. Yeah. Even Metro Exodus's 8 out of 10 rating, just you can't imagine that's what they were going for.
No, but I mean 8's not bad.
Yeah, it's not good either.
It's fine. Numbers are subjective.
All that good enough. Yeah,
numbers are subjective.
See, what I like about Metacritic scores when it comes to games, it conglomerates everything, right?
Right.
And user scores, will torch a game every now and again or overrate it, so take that for what it's worth. But when you look at a conglomeration of critic scores, there's always a sense of truth to them, And, an average game shouldn't be just, it's fine. An average game should be, this is really fun to play, right? And universally, everyone thinks it's fun to play. And when I look at something like Metro Exodus, where graphically it's a good game, right?
Right.
Is the rest of it a good game? And then you start looking at that 8 out of 10 much more, you look at it much differently than say, an 8 out of 10 is a good rating. Well, is it really?
Well, when it comes to especially games that have been super hyped, like something like Anthem, I tend to wait for dust to settle, because a lot of knee-jerk reviews come out like, this game is shit, or this game's really good, but then over time, the dust settles, it's been out a couple months, the hype's down, and it's okay, now the honest reviews are coming out. So Breath of the Wild, when it came out, everyone was like, this is God's greatest gift to open world games. And then when the dust settled, everyone was like, man, that weapon durability kind of sucked. That open world had nothing in it. It was pretty okay. Then, people kind of really, once the hype or negativity train passes, then you kind of really get it, Game's been updated a few times. Maybe they fixed a bug here or there. For example, you know what I'm having fun with right now that, it was shit when it came out? We Happy Few.
You're having fun with that?
I like that game. Is it the best game in the world? Definitely not. But it's pretty good. I like it. Now that the hype's died down, the patches have come, it's pretty good. I like it.
I'm glad you like it. I just couldn't get behind a lot of the core features behind that game.
There's way too many mechanics going on in that game, I'll give it that. There's like way too much going on. Like between joy,
is it like
survival.
a 7 out of 10 game? Yeah, I guess so. But
yeah,
it should have been easily so much with that concept and theme behind it all. I thought it was an easy slam dunk.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, that's what Kickstarter does. People go like, "We're gonna make this game, but what if it had this feature for more money?" Everyone's like, "Yeah," and then like, "We have too many features. What do we do?"
the survival. Resource gathering thing. I don't know why that has to be in every fucking game. It's so irritating.
Well, that was being kickstarted in the era of like Minecraft is still like everyone needs to craft stuff. I'm like, please stop crafting. I don't want to craft. I just want to play.
Yeah. And it's still going on in a lot of games. Metro Exodus does that kind of shit, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, I don't know. Games love crafting, and I'm just like, how about no? The only game that did it really well is like Last of Us, because it was simple. It was like, you have stuff to make this. You want me to make it? All right, cool. Later.
Yeah, you have 3 things, and those 3 things in different combinations make different things. It's like, okay, I can get behind this. It's simple enough.
And then there's an obvious little wrench idea, like, you make this. So
you can make this right fast. You don't have to go through an awfully built UI system within it. That's kind of confusing.
I will say that We Happy Few UI is bad. It's real bad. But I mean, once you like know what you're looking at, it's fine.
I was over We Happy Few after like a couple hours of playing. I'm like, I'm done with this.
You know how long that game is, by the way?
Yeah, super long.
It's way too long for what it is. I looked like, because my girlfriend got it for like Valentine's Day, and she's like, "Oh, it's I'm like, oh, it's probably short." It was like 21 hours according to how long it be. I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah, and when you screw around or you're trying to figure things out or you get lost once, add another like 8 to that.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, well, we're into this. And I'm making her like stay, because then I got forced to play Mario Galaxy by myself. So I guess this is transitioning to what we've been playing. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
No, it's fine. That's perfect. Because I wanted to ask you about that. I saw your tweet about Mario Galaxy. I was like, I'm going to save that for the podcast.
Yeah, there was that's another instance of like, I've heard people say Mario Galaxy is the Super Mario 64 we need, and I go, yeah, if it was on any other system, I'd agree. Because fuck, do I hate those motion controls, man. Like, they're real bad. And like, I personally do not like the whole like, I don't like the camera angles where like Mario goes on the planet. Because then like some enemies you can only hit by hitting one spot in them, but they roll in a circle. So like, you have to be so dead nuts on, and I'm just like, fuck, this is a pain in the butt. And then like, her job is to do the stunning and star bits but like a lot of enemies don't do anything when they get hit with the star bits. So I was like, all right, well, you could just sit here.
You can ignore that for the most of the game, yeah.
You can, yeah, but like, I don't know. And then it just went on too long. And then I know like the new thing. Oh, now that you've beaten the game once, the real game starts. Like, nah, I had enough. Thanks.
Like, yeah, I didn't do that either. But you said
same thing in Odyssey.
So, do you just have an issue with the Wii, kind of like your issue with the N64?
Well, yeah, I don't have a comfortable way to hold those things, like from where my setup is. And like, I don't know, talking to characters is annoying. You have to get close to them, then point at them, then hit A. I'm like, just one of these would have been fine. Like, walk to them, press A. That's all I needed, you know? Like, I don't know, they kind of shove the motion down your throat. And I hate, like, oh, you're 1 star away. Where could this last star be? Open the door. And I'm like, oh, just fucking tell me where it is.
It was a Mario game, after all.
I know. And I was just like, okay. Then I had to, there was one mission where you had to collect the 5 stars. And the last star was like in some hidden ass spot, but then I died, fell into a black hole, so fuck you, start the whole level over.
Yeah, Mario games.
Yeah, but like, it was just a badly designed level. I'm like, fuck this level, I hate it. Anyway, it's an okay game, but man, if they like redid that for Switch and like got rid of the motiony stuff, that'd be okay.
I could see the the Switch Joy-Cons. Or, I don't know, I've never really had an issue with them. My left analog stick, though, just veers off every now and again. It's quite irritating. It's just.
See, I got this. It was like $15 on Amazon. It looks exactly like an Xbox One controller for Switch.
Yeah.
Feels almost like that, just cheaper plastic. But man, do I recommend that thing.
Yeah, I got a nice little Crash Bandicoot wired controller I like using. So
yeah, I want a wireless, but man, fuck that plastic that it's made of, and the price of the Pro controller.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive, but it's I don't agree with you saying that Mario Galaxy controls terribly. I thought it was very smooth, but I will say I had more fun with Sonic Colors on the Wii than I did Mario Galaxy. I don't think it's a better game. I just had more fun with it.
Yeah, I've heard that. I heard that was like the last good like 3D Sonic.
There's Sonic Generations, but Colors I quite enjoyed.
So half of Generations is good, right?
No, I liked all of it.
The 2D parts.
I liked all of it. The 3D and Generations worked well.
Yeah.
It was interesting. But yeah, Mario Galaxy super fun, but I do agree. Like when the game was over, I go, you know what? I enjoyed my experience. I had fun. Do I need more? Probably not.
Yeah, I was ready for it to be done when I did it.
Because I never played Super Mario Galaxy 2. Never.
Well, yeah, I heard it's just DLC, really. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
It's just, hey, here's Yoshi and more planets. I'm like, hey.
Yeah. So I have been. I've been outside of podcast games. I got in this groove of wanting to play all of the mainline Resident Evil games.
That sounds dangerous.
I thought so too at first. I played the first one. Well, I played the second one, the original and the remake, and that was super fun. The puzzles aren't as bad as I remembered.
For which one?
The second one.
Okay.
It's just now. It did help that I had played the remake and I knew like where the Clover key was and the club key and all that stuff, because like when we were discussing Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, it something I think we glossed over was the fact that it's not so much the puzzles that are hard, it's the fact that when you find an item finally, you don't know you don't remember where you need to put the item.
Right, that was my bigger issue.
And that's something the remake did, was you can look at a map and the map says, oh, club key goes here, and you're like, oh shit, I go back there, no problem. It's such a nice little fundamental thing that was fixed in the remake that the original didn't have. So something clicked in my little 90s brain, right? And I go, I should write this down. So every time I picked up an item that I thought would be a key item, I just wrote it down. Like, oh, crank, second floor, this area, bang, right? So then, or an item I think I would need, I go, I need that. Wrote it down. So then when I finally picked it up, I just consulted the notes. You know, very old school, you know, Legend of Zelda type thing. Oh, I need a key for this room, or you're drawing out the dungeon map yourself kind of deal until you find the map. So I was doing that with the Resident Evil games, and everything became so much easier. So
where do you put the photo of Jill Valentine?
There's a couple of them in there that I'm like, oh, okay. That still, you know, didn't age well, but
right so to the spank bank.
Yeah. So the first one was a very different, frustrating experience. I didn't get through the PlayStation Resident Evil. That one was a mess. I played the GameCube remake, which was real nice, especially comparatively. Like everything was fixed and very much in the realm of how Resident Evil 2 fixed a lot of the things from the original, the remake. The first remake on the GameCube fixes a lot of the issues from the PlayStation 1. So I was like, that was cool. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, I finally finished it. Awesome boss fight at the end. Something we didn't get to talk about before.
Yeah, I need to finish that game.
Dude, it's like Nemesis at the end goes Mr. X on crack.
I never got to see Mr. X ever, so like, because I didn't do a second playthrough too.
Well, you don't need to.
I thought you had to see Mr. X, the original. I'm not talking about the remake.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. So actually, speaking of that, I know I'm like the biggest old Resident Evil hater ever. But I've seen 2 remake. I'm like, okay, that looks like an actual fucking remake, and it fixes things. So
it's a totally
I think when that
game.
game's $20, I will buy it.
I'd say 30-40 for sure.
Yeah, but I'm cheap.
But it is. I'm in the same realm. I'm in the same mind. Like I already have 2. I met up with a friend. We played it through. He bought it, $60, and I go, I'll buy this for Halloween when it's like half off.
Yeah, because there's inevitably, like, if not physically, Sony's going to put it on like some Halloween sale.
Absolutely, so something's going to happen there. So Resident Evil 3 was super fun. I finally beat that. Not as hard as we made it out to be, but it is more difficult because the zombies are faster. Definitely love the last boss fight. That's one of my favorite moments in Resident Evil now. And then I had to make a decision. What do I play after that? Do I play Resident Evil 4, Code Veronica, or 0? Which I have them all for the Wii and the GameCube.
Code Veronica's on Wii?
Well, no. For 0 and 4. Code Veronica I only have on the Dreamcast. I don't have like Code Veronica X or anything.
Okay. I heard Veronica was tedious. So that could be anybody saying that.
I put out a feeler, and I haven't ever played 4 or Code Veronica, and I've dabbled in 0.
Whoa, you've never played 4?
No. So I don't have this nostalgia trip with the Resident Evil series.
4. If you're gonna play 4, play it. I know this sounds crazy. Play it on the Wii.
Because the pointed motion controls, right?
Well, that, and then when you point an enemy at the right spot for a critical, the blinker flashes, and then you're gonna one-shot.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Something similar happens in the Resident Evil remake that was ported to the Wii. Something similar goes along with that. So, my arm got a little tired. It just made a different experience. It was nice. So I ended up going with Code Veronica on the Dreamcast, and that game is kicking the shit out of me.
Is that a mainline one, though?
Yeah, it is.
So is Revelations a mainline one?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah, okay.
Revelations was okay. I don't need to replay that one.
I like that on Wii U, of all things I played it on.
It was goofy. I was laughing throughout most of it.
What'd you play it on, if I may ask?
The Wii U.
Yeah, because I like the inventory system on the tablet.
Yeah, that was nice, for sure.
It was so weird that third-party companies use that tablet better than Nintendo did.
That's
like
true.
Zombie U, I was like, this is perfect. I can only imagine when a game like Minecraft comes. Oh, they didn't do anything.
Nah.
Oh, well, when Zelda comes out, Breath of the Wild. Oh, they didn't do.
Well, Wind Waker had the inventory system on the gamepad, which was real nice. I
forgot I played that on there.
And the map was on there too at all times.
Yeah,
beautiful.
That was actually really useful.
Code Veronica.
Yeah, about that.
You said it was tedious?
I heard. I've never played it.
It is not. I wouldn't say it's tedious. It's backtrack heavy, like dialed up to 11.
All right.
Because the maps are so much, or the areas are just so much bigger between them. You know how in 3 you were along the city, but you really were confined to 3 areas of the city. In 2, you had the police station, the underground, and the lab. So it was 3 areas there. Same thing in the first one. Well, Code Veronica adds a few other areas, and you have to you constantly go in the circle around them. And if you want to go back to an area that you think you have an item for, and so you write it down and you go, oh, I can take this back. It's a long trek back, and the zombies are also faster in that one. So you know how 3 was hard because the zombies were faster. Well, Code Veronica dials that up, and mix that in with the new storyline that's into it. Really, it's I can see why people regard Code Veronica as kind of the bastard stepchild of the series.
more than 5 or 6.
Yeah. 5 has a character.
5 has a slab of meat.
Oh, I'm sorry, not 5. Code Veronica has a character in it.
Okay.
He's an angsty teenager with the most it's so bad it's funny type shit.
Yeah.
He just goes, you can't count on anyone. And then 2 seconds later he gets guns, but you can count on me. Like, well, don't contradict yourself.
I also listen to My Chemical Romance. Thanks, man.
It's like such late 90s, early 2000s, exactly like that. What were they? Like I understand exactly what they were thinking. It just doesn't work.
And then after I defeat these zombies, I'm going to Hot Top.
Yeah, the gothic environment and the kind of cult involved in it all is pretty cool. It's neat. It's way over the top, which is kind of funny. But it was definitely a departure.
Oh, silly boy.
Yeah. So I'm wondering when or if I even beat Code Veronica and I move on to 0, how much harder or the same that's going to be. Because those two are regarded as the two hardest.
I forget 0 exists, actually, all the time.
Yeah. So, and then I've been playing Yakuza 0.
It's a good game.
Yeah. Have you dabbled in the Yakuza series?
Look, I've been wanting to. But I haven't. And the closest thing I got to Yakuza was playing Sleeping Dogs, and I feel like I feel they're similar, but everyone's telling me no, so maybe I gotta play it. I don't know. I want to play them. They look funny.
Well, Jay, the new member of the Modern Gamecast, he's been on a Yakuza binge, and he's just been talking with me so much about it. I'm like, I got that itch. Maybe I should finally go into the Yakuza series, and I popped in 0, and yeah, it's a lot of fucking fun.
Well, I got personally burnt out by Yakuza when everyone was talking about it, and I was just like, man, will everyone shut up about Yakuza? And I feel like they put 4 games out at once or something. Like they all overlapped. How is everyone not burned out on Yakuza yet? It just kept going, but apparently
it felt like they were coming out year after year for sure. Well,
I feel like 2 came out in 1 year,
right? 0 and
6 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically the same year. I think they were 6 months apart or something. I don't remember. Something like that.
So if I start Yakuza, which one do I start with?
Oh, I'm starting with 0. Just because what they're doing is so Yakuza 0 came out and they made an engine for it on the PS4, right?
Right.
And what they're doing is they're remastering all of the past Yakuza games in that engine and tweaking up a little. Right? 3 is out in Japan already in the remake.
Okay.
And it's going to be coming out.
I saw that one on PS3. And I was like, maybe I'll do that.
So if you don't have, I'm sure the PS3 ones are still pretty solid. But this new engine fixes so many things in the past Yakuza games. And, the translations are better. They're not censored like the PS3 ones were. Oh,
they were? That's lame.
They were censored to an extent, yeah, which was lame. So they're remaking them all. They're calling Kiwami. I have 0 and Kiwami. Kiwami 2 came out. I think they made it overpriced, so I'm waiting until the price goes down.
Gotcha.
And then I'll eventually, it's kind of a small side goal, but yeah, I want to go through them all. It's just going to take a long time.
You don't get series burnout when you do something like that?
Well, I don't play them back to back to back to back.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of happening. It's kind of happening in Resident Evil right now because Code Veronica is so weird and different.
Yeah. I can't do. I have an effort to play every Mega Man game, but I'll get series burnout if I did them all back to back to back.
Yeah, you got to have a palate cleanser in between for sure.
Yeah. Breath of Fire.
Breath of Fire. All right. Well, we've been going along in this intro long enough. We got Nintendo stuff to talk about. So I'm gonna play a drop.
We do have Nintendo stuff to talk about.
Kevin. It's gonna be the Zelda music. You're gonna love it if you could have heard it.
So the thing is, I actually heard it that time because your volume's up so loud.
Fun. Okay.
So I feel part of the show now. I'm not sitting here just wondering what could have been.
Hooray. So a Nintendo Direct happened. Hooray, hooray, huzzah, huzzah.
I got words about it.
Alrighty. So Kevin, why don't you you got the agenda in front of you, I assume. I hope you did.
Yes. Let me go here in my file cat. Yeah, I have it.
Oh boy.
First thing we got up is Super Mario Maker 2. New features, it's got Mario's cat-like form, which Mario Maker 2 is all 2D. So I don't know how that cat form is going to work. I assume it's just going to be, like a Tanuki suit. Not exactly like that, but I feel like that suit really only worked in 3D. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how that's going to work out.
In the video, they showed the cat climbing up walls in 2D.
Yeah, but I feel like that was like it really. I don't know if it's going to work in 2D. I'm sure it will. Nintendo's smart sometimes, so I trust them that it'll work. But it seems like such a 3D gimmick to me. You know.
I think they'll pull it off.
Yeah, I trust you, Nintendo. Doug Bowser, lead us to victory.
Game's coming out June 2019 too, so.
Yeah, I would have been fine with a Mario Maker port personally, but this is even better.
This is even better.
Yeah, I don't really think it needed a sequel. It could have been like Mario Maker Deluxe or whatever, you know. But
no, I like that they called it Maker 2 and showed all the new features and everything. It feels like a true sequel.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. I don't know. I saw how they changed the UI to make it more Switch friendly.
Yes.
But every time somebody talked about like, well, Mario Maker only works with the tablet because you need to touch the screen and see on TV. I'm like, that could easily have been like, take it out of the dock, build the level, and then like use the touchscreen and then put it back. So I don't see what everyone was freaking out about that for. Other than that,
I'm sure easy that is to do with the Switch, it works no problem.
Yeah, that could have been done. And then the other idea I had, like Nintendo would sell like a USB-C extension cable for the dock to be like, here, now you can use it on both. Like, ta-da! But you know, either way, yeah, I'm excited for that. That's kind of my number one thing for the Direct that I really wanted. My friend actually is going to buy a Switch because me and him played Mario Maker like religiously on Wii U.
It's such an addicting game.
Yeah, and now Nintendo's kind of stopped being major dicks with streaming and YouTube. So hopefully we'll see more Mario Maker streams. Not like that ever stopped anybody, but
right, yeah.
Especially now that Doug Bowser's taking over, Evil will reign. What else do we got here? Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Yeah, okay. I don't know how you feel about it.
Well, it's coinciding with the Captain Marvel movie coming out, so it's just people like these Marvel games. I'm not a fan of them.
I like them, but it does not look like the other Ultimate Alliance games at all.
No, it looks like a cash grab to me.
Yeah, I looked at that. I was like, that's not okay. Like,
yeah.
Good luck, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll sell well. It's Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder when society's going to get Marvel burnout. Like,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah, like honestly,
these superhero movies are gonna hit a heavy downward trend eventually.
I honestly am surprised it's gone on this long. Like, people are willing to sit through 3-hour movies, and I know I'm not a big movie guy, so I understand that, but fuck, that's 3 hours of my day. Like, I don't have that much free time after work. And
yeah,
my
I
friend's
got
like,
wrestling to watch, man.
Yeah, honestly. And my friend's like, let's go see Infinity War. I'm like, look at running time. I'm like in one day? Like, no, I got things. I'd rather watch Raw for 3 hours, and that's saying a lot right now. But
ooh.
Look, man, sometimes it's okay. Seth Rollins is there, so.
No, he's injured right now.
Shut up, he's there. They didn't say he was injured.
All right, next. What else we got?
Next on this Box Boy, Box Girl. That looks cool, actually. I kind of want that.
Cute indie puzzle game. It has a co-op option in it.
Which I did. Wasn't there a Box Boy in 3DS?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I knew it looks familiar. I'm like, I've seen this before somewhere, but I didn't get to play it.
It's simple.
Yeah. Good game.
If it's like $10, then I'd probably be on it.
Man, I can live with $10. Honestly. Yeah. I'll probably look into that. What else do we have? I don't think you wrote it. No, we'll get there, I guess. I'll say this first. The updates to Smash. Joker's coming, finally!
Joker is coming. Quite a surprise
I can't wait.
Character.
Yeah. Treasure Tracker co-op mode. I didn't see that, actually, in any of the highlights I read.
Yep. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the Switch is getting a free co-op mode update. Free. I didn't hear that when I was watching the Direct, so I was like, okay, DLC, that looks neat. No, it's free.
That's actually pretty cool.
That is really cool. That really gives a lot of incentive to get the Switch version of the game, you know?
I never had it, and honestly, I was going to just buy a Wii U version. It was going to be cheaper, but now, luckily, I didn't. So, that worked out for me.
And Bloodstained's set for a summer release. I'm still vague about it, but...
Starter games. Look, I'm sorry, I don't have faith in that game at all.
It looks neat. They have full waifu customization mode in the game they added.
There we go. Sold. Like, honestly, I think that game will be fine, but I am so burnt by Kickstarter games that, like, I'm so cynical about even wanting to, like, try it.
I don't blame you. Yeah. Kickstarter games haven't given you much of a reason.
Yeah. They've all looked promising, and then, like, something just happens. Nah. Like, I don't know.
It's like EA. What confidence have they given you to be positive about a Kickstarter game release? You know, but
the last time
however, Kevin,
about EA.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night did come out, and that one was really good.
That was good, and that's kind of why I'm like, oh, maybe, but at the same time, yeah, but also no.
It could be fooling you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm scared, excited. I'll see what it looks like. I love Metroidvania games, which is like maybe I'll have a bias that like shuts off the negativity receptor in my brain. But
yeah,
so I'll see. Yeah. Oh, the thing you didn't put on here, Tetris 99.
No, I put it on there. It's there later.
I don't see it. Oh, okay. So we're gonna not talk about it right now, or no? We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Okay. Dragon Quest 11. Okay. It's on other things right now, and it's going to be cheaper. So,
yeah,
sure.
It's
I guess if
fall
you want
2019, 1 year after release.
Am I crazy? And I think this was in the direct. But did they not say there was going to be a 3DS version of that game? Did that just get scrapped?
I wasn't aware there was a 3DS version coming.
I think it was like announced, and I remember them saying like top screen was going to be like a 3D RPG, and the bottom screen was going to be like pixel art, and you look at it in 2D.
I don't believe so.
I remember that being a thing, and I know I'm not making that up. I was like, that's so cool looking, because like you see like two different views, like the bottom would look like an NES Dragon Warrior. And it would play like you'd take a left in the game, and then a left pixel art would go, you know?
Well, that's news to me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not.
That does sound really cool.
I know I'm not making that up. I've seen it somewhere. Like, but anyway, yeah. So if you haven't played Dragon Quest and you want to play it for like 1.5 hours portably, you could do that, I guess.
Yeah, I don't recommend Dragon Quest 11. When that game came out, last year in August, I believe, on the Modern Cast, I wasn't impressed by it by any means.
I ain't shit on your opinions, but you're the only person I've heard that said anything negative. When I know played this, but game's fucking cool.
It's not. It's okay. I mean, it's harmless, but it's not. Okay.
It's not gonna blow my mind.
Absolutely not. You know how like the new Tales games are kind of these bare bones RPGs with action mechanics.
Yes.
That's what Dragon Quest 11 is. Just
no
tad
problem.
Better.
I like that. I got no issue with that at all.
There's not much to it.
Yeah, I like Tales games, so if it's like a Tales game, that's cool.
The new ones?
The last Tales game I played was... Well, I played Symphony and Hearts R. So I don't know how Bazillion's series is, but I liked what I played. And who knows how the new one will be. I gotta try it. My friend liked it, so I'll go with that.
Well, Dragon Quest Builders 2 is finally coming, the Western port, July 2019.
I thought that was out, honestly.
Well, it is in Japan.
I thought it was on PS4, isn't it not?
Actually, yeah, you might be right. Dragon Quest Builders 2 might be on PS4 right now, yeah.
Good job, Switch. Way to fucking get on the train late again.
Well, no, Switch is way different than everything else. They got to downgrade a bunch of features and change it up accordingly. No, I don't.
They're really selling it there.
I don't mind ports coming out later. That's always been a thing.
I don't mind so much the port being later, but like by then it's cheaper on a PS4. So like I'm personally just gonna buy it there. You know.
Well, that kind of encourages you to get a different console then.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not gonna buy it for Switch if like it's just there. You know.
There's a lot of people that just have Switches.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I'm not saying they can't, but like I also know people, especially around my area, who are just like, well, I don't really want to, it's cheaper on other things, but it's coming out for Switch, so I'll play it there. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, you know, because it's on the Switch. I'm like, not a good reason.
Yeah, but we've talked about this. That portable aspect is huge. People
for
love it.
90 whole minutes, you can play it portable.
Oh, it lasts longer than that.
Yeah, if you're playing like a 2D indie game, sure.
No, Breath of the Wild was, I think, 2.5, 3 hours.
That's not long. And you know what the other thing about it is? I hate that you can't just use any like USB. That's like the biggest pain in the ass to me.
Well, yeah.
I just don't understand how they could have done that, like not thought about that.
You know, I'm sure they did, and I'm sure there's a valid reason behind it.
I know it draws a lot of power, but like, come on, man! I have to go buy a special USB power bank. Now, granted, because I have to buy that special one that still works with other stuff, it charges my phone real fast. So it's just like, here's like nuclear power to my phone.
You're not wrong.
No, there's
Moving
that,
on.
I guess. What else we got?
Rune Factory.
Oh, I don't know who's reading. Yeah, Rune Factory 4 is coming to Switch. Cool, I guess. I don't play Rune Factory. I never really played Harvest Moon either. I'm actually more interested in Stardew Valley. Like, I haven't played that either, but it looks more fun. So, I don't know, Rune Factory, if you like that. Do you like Rune Factory?
I've actually never played Rune Factory games. Yeah,
I think it's Harvest Moon plus RPG.
Yes, and that's what I wrote in my notes here. It's basically Harvest Moon with dungeon crawling.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if it's like, I never see them cheap enough. That's my other issue. Like, I want to try them, but I'm like, money. It's a very niche audience, and those people that buy it love it. So, there's that.
Well, you know what a big positive when ports do come out?
What's that?
It makes the original so much cheaper. Like you said.
It does. You're not wrong.
So, when Rune Factory 4 comes to the Switch, that 3DS version is just going to plummet at like half price. And
hopefully,
maybe that might be a time to... You know what we didn't mention at the top of the cast? We were talking about the Metacritic scores. There's been 3 3DS games that have come out in the past month. And
Why?
They all have good reviews, but they're selling like ass.
Oh, you know what? I did hear that. What I was listening to, I can't remember who was doing the podcast, but somebody said like the new Mario RPG. Like, what's the newest one that came out? It was like Bowser's Inside Story.
Bowser Jr.'s Inside Story, whatever it's called.
Yeah, they said it only sold like 80,000 copies, and for a Mario game, that's fucking atrocious.
Yeah, it's the worst selling 3DS game or worst selling Mario game of all time.
Which means you probably should go buy. It's gonna be a rip. Okay, good.
Yeah, you should probably go buy that now because then that's going to be a $200 game by next year.
Yeah, I'm personally not gonna go buy it because I have it on DS and I don't really care to do it again.
Is it just the remastered DS version with with some extra stuff?
Yeah. So I mean, if you're into that, do it. I guess.
Maybe I'll get the DS version then.
Yeah, it's a good game. I mean, I actually didn't really like the parts where you controlled Bowser, but it does this neat thing where, like, if you go in the Bowser fights, you actually turn your DS on its side and you play it that way.
I always liked interesting things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that might be worth it for you if you're into that.
So the Rune Factory games, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, Rune Factory. Go buy Bowser. What else we got? Fire Emblem Three Houses.
It's finally coming out, Kevin.
Well, here's the thing.
July 26, 2019. But here's the thing. What's the thing? Tell me about the thing.
Well, if they do it like they did Fates, I'm not interested.
That was a big worry of mine, and they made it clear in the direct they aren't doing that.
Good, because let me tell you, I like Fire. I'm not a big strategy RPG guy, but I do love me some Fire Emblem. But man, was I burnt the fuck out by the time I was done with all the Fates games. Because there are 3 of them. They are long games, and they are fucking hard. Like, by the end of, what's it called? By the end of Fates, I put it on Phoenix, which is like permadeath off, and at the end of every turn, all your guys... I was like, just get me through this game.
I kind of don't blame you on that one.
Yeah, I was like, this is too much. Do not do this again. Like... Fuck, man, I was so burnt out. And I think it took me a while to play another Fire Emblem after that. I was like, I'm good. Like, I loved Awakening. Shadow Dragon was a great remake. And then Fates, I was just like, fuck, stop. Please. So, yeah, and then, like, Shadows of Valencia came out, and I didn't even fucking bother. Honestly, I was like, I get it. It's sure. Whatever.
This is neat, though. They're doing this, choose your house via Harry Potter-esque. There's a lot of Harry Potter kind of parallels in this new Fire Emblem game. Nice. You complete a story through each of these houses, and you're in a school setting just like Harry Potter. So it looks to have a lot of replay value and plenty of hot, and I wrote this down on purpose, hot anime waifus and husbandos to choose from.
That is just a thing. Yeah, I think they're very self-aware.
Oh god, yeah.
Like, yeah, they have to be, because like the mobile game was very scandalous, by the way. And also, what was that girl's name in Fates that was like your sister that wanted to bang you? I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
She had Camilla or something. I don't know. Yeah. Great tits.
Yeah. Great tits. Great rack tits on that one.
And actually, once I found out I was not, and she's like, "Oh, you're not my brother." I was like, "So you want to fuck or what?"
Is that just the most anime answer ever? So we're not related? Is it time to have sex now? I think it's time to have sex.
Yeah, you are very maternal to me, but man, do you want to fuck real bad? Like,
oh, God.
Oh, my brother! Somebody save him! You want to fuck?
It's very
I saw this video. I know where this is going.
I've seen hentai.
Yeah. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
But I'm excited. A Fire Emblem game coming to a mainline console and not on handheld. This is with the handheld option of the Switch. I mean, this prints money in my mind.
You want to know what would be a better idea? Let's remaster the Wii and GameCube games and not make them like $5,000. That'd be awesome.
I would really like to see a remaster of the GameCube one in particular.
Yeah, because that's when Ike really like came into his own. Big, like, especially with Smash, he's a big character.
Yeah.
Like, he's like one of the best characters in Smash, in my opinion. So, like, the fact that there isn't a remaster of one of those games is kind of like a crime to me.
Would you be okay with a straight port?
Sure, honestly, that game doesn't look that bad.
At this point, yeah, maybe. And yeah, GameCube doesn't look too bad still. A lot of it's cel-shaded graphics, too.
Which I'm fine with. You want me to play your game no matter how bad? Cel-shade it.
Cel-shaded ages very well.
Yeah. Also, like, I don't know, just Ike is cool, and he doesn't have enough personality, I feel like. So, like, maybe, like, remastering that game with the story. I mean, the story was okay, but, you know, it's a generic, like, we must stop the evil people.
It's your atypical turn-based strategy story.
Great.
A war is happening. There's a bad guy. He's gonna take shit over. Stop him.
Stop that bad guy, I guess?
It's like that's every turn-based strategy story out there. I mean, I'm playing Wargroove right now. That just came out in February. Made by the Stardew Valley people, Kevin.
That's where I've heard that before. I was like, I've heard Wargroove before.
Yeah, I've been just addicted to that game.
I heard a lot of people like it. I wanted to play it, but I'm not good. And I heard it was very Advance Warsy. So,
yeah, it is very Advance Warsy, yes. Yeah,
the only thing that killed me in Advance Wars is I hate that repopulate, like in most games, because then I was like, all right, I killed all the... Fuck, they're bad. So that's why I kind of like dove off Advance Wars. But Fire Emblem, perfect, love it. I'll give it a shot. But I was going to say when it gets cheap, but it's not going to get cheap.
No, it's a Nintendo game. It's a Fire Emblem game.
Yeah, I saw the Warriors game was on clearance at my... for Switch, and the clearance price was a solid $47.99. I was like, okay, that's not a clearance.
Well, it's a good thing you did buy that, because Warriors is not a good game.
I like Dynasty Warriors, so I'll try it. I love Hyrule Warriors, but I should probably get the Switch version, because the Wii U one is not great for at all. Oh, yeah. I don't understand that. Here's a Nintendo-esque decision. The Wii U tablet screen is like 244p or whatever, and they were like, what if we made that the TV resolution when you play 2-player? Perfect.
That was an issue with many games, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't buy Pokken for that reason either, because I heard the 2.0 that was bad.
The Wii U was tough to develop for, you know?
Yeah, but it was like Nintendo doing it. Like
it was tough for them to develop for.
I know. Okay, so now we're on the thing I wanted to.
Okay.
Tetris 99. I am guilty of having a knee-jerk reaction because all I saw was Tetris Battle Royale and headlines. I go, what the fuck kind of society am I living in right now where we have a Battle Royale Tetris game? We've gone too far. And then, like, upon seeing it, I'm like, oh, just 99 people playing Tetris and the last man standing is the best one.
Yeah,
hey, that's
such a simple concept, right?
Cool. Yeah, I was like, sure, why not? I think the term Battle Royale is being thrown out a little too loosely, personally. Because I don't know if I'd call it Battle Royale. I expected to see Tetris blocks. Like, honestly, what I expected to see was people playing Fortnite, and instead of building stuff, they were building Tetris walls. That's honestly what I expected, and I was like, oh, okay, this isn't that bad.
They just use Battle Royale as a way to describe it, because it's a term everyone knows.
Yeah. So, Kirby Battle Royale, by the way, in 3DS. That's a cool game, by the way.
Dude, Tetris 99 is super fun.
Do you need online to play it? Like, do I have to be in the Switch online? Yeah, I guess I'm not playing that.
The game itself is free, though, so...
Yeah, I'm not buying.
I just signed up for the 7-day trial. That's all I did.
Yeah, I think their online service is crap. I know PSN is held together by, like, duct tape and, like, a spare PS2 in the back room. But fucking... There's nothing on the Switch online service that makes...
Well, I will say... the Switch Online in terms of Tetris 99 has worked flawlessly for me.
Yeah, I believe it. It's just like I have a personal issue with them and how they distribute.
Tough game for it to run.
No, but like I just have a personal issue with how Nintendo distributes like their old games, and that was like the main thing why I'd want to get it. And there's no reason less than a gig of 25-year-old NES games should be so hard to just go boop. They're all uploaded. You know, like, and then they can't even do it back on the Wii. I don't have faith in them now. Anyway, Tetris 99,
yeah,
cool.
I realized with Tetris Effect coming out last year in VR and then playing Tetris 99, I was thinking, all of a sudden it dawned on me on like day 5 of playing these things. I played a lot of Tetris in the last like 6 months.
So if I were, let's say I was someone who was going to get Switch, which would you rather play, 99 or Effect?
Tetris 99 or Tetris Effect?
Yeah, which one would you, like, if you say
if you have a PSVR, it's Tetris Effect, hands down.
Okay. Because
it's a mesmerizing experience.
Have you ever played Tetris Plus on PS1? Maybe? It has a little Safari guy on it.
No.
That is a Tetris game, because there's that one.
And then we played fucking Tetris Attack for the podcast just the last episode, so I'm like, there's a lot of Tetris going on.
It's not a Tetris game.
It still has Tetris in the name, Kevin.
Yeah, whatever. I need to find a copy of Tetris Battle Gaiden for Super Famicom. That's the fucking best Tetris game, by the way.
Oh, it's too much Tetris in my life right now.
No, it has superpowers. It has like
I'm burned out of Tetris.
No, you're not. Go play Yakuza then, you nerd.
I was already bowling in Yakuza and hitting on the chick in that game.
And then you play Tetris in the arcade in the game, right? Perfect.
No, they have in Yakuza 0 it was Space Harrier. So I was playing Space Harrier again.
Oh, good. Great. This is why you're getting burned out in the podcast. We're going to lose you.
All right, let's finish up this Nintendo Direct here. We're running along.
Aren't we, though?
Yeah.
All right.
Which ports?
What else we got? The Hellblade. Sure.
Cool. Awesome. I love that game.
Actually, what are they going to do about the audio thing? Because I don't think you can use Bluetooth headphones for Switch. So, like, isn't that the whole point of the game, to like hear things?
Hey, you just put headphones in.
Yeah, but what if I want to play it docked? There's no Bluetooth support.
Don't play it docked.
Well, fucking okay. Then my battery dies. Damn it. No. What else we got? Dead by Daylight. I don't know shit about that game.
Yeah, zombie game.
All right, cool. Unravel 2. Yeah, why not? It's a cool little co-op indie platformer with Yarny and the shaky hands man.
I bet it'll sell better on the Switch than it did on anything else.
I bet it will, because the Switch needs games. Am I right? Yeah, okay. Remastered Assassin's Creed 3 LOL. I like that you put that there, because that was the one nobody was fucking asking for.
I laughed when I saw that. I go, of all the games, of all the Ass Creed games,
they're funny. I would have rather than put Rogue on there because people need to play that, including me. But the only reason I'm interested in it is because it remasters the Vita game. So that is kind of worth it for me to buy it for that reason. But then I remember I have to put more money into Ass Creed 3. And I don't want to do that. But sure, I guess Ass Creed 3 on Switch exists.
Yeah, LOL.
2 surprises we have.
Oh, all right. Oh my god.
Yeah, go, I'll let you. You sound excited. Go ahead.
So Platinum Games, they're having quite the relationship with Nintendo, aren't they?
Yes.
My god.
That's fine. They've had a good relationship, though.
Well, yeah, and it's only getting better, and Insomniac seems to be like heading in that direction too with PlayStation and Nintendo.
Yeah.
So Platinum is coming out with a new game called Astral Chain, and this looks balls to the walls fun.
Well, I honestly didn't see it, so I need you to describe it to me.
So it's an anime cel-shaded sci-fi game.
Nier Automata, got it.
Well, funny enough, it's made by the guy behind Bayonetta and Nier Automata. Not the main like story guy, but one of the main dudes behind Nier Automata.
Okay.
So, two real good guys from Platinum are behind Astral Chain. So, there's a big positive right there. And it comes out August 30th. So, just seemingly out of nowhere, right?
Right.
You wonder why Nintendo's not like part of E3 heavily anymore? Well, this is kind of why. They just have a direct and they're like, here's a game. It's coming out later this year. Get hyped.
Honestly, E3 is kind of pointless to me.
It's slowly fading. Companies are just doing their own thing now, and it might be better since E3's hadn't. It's been in that more investor territory for too long now. So, and then Platinum announced Scalebound's possibly coming to the Switch too. So something's up with Microsoft, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I'm really gonna be paying attention to news and info coming out about Astral Chain.
Yeah, and then the bigger surprise.
Probably the other surprise.
Playmobil Link's Awakening.
Remade Link's Awakening's coming out.
No, it's by Playmobil. You remember those little things? Playmobil. Remember those little action figures?
Maybe.
All right, I'm gonna spell this out for you. Hold on.
Okay.
Get on the Googles. I'm gonna spell it.
Okay, on the Googles. So if you hear some typing, forgive us.
Play. Mobil.
Playmobil.
Yeah, look at those little like baby action figures. You're gonna be like, fuck, Link's a Playmobil.
Huh.
Yeah.
Look like knockoff Legos.
Kind of are. They're for babies. Dude, I'm excited. Everyone suspected it was going to be a Skyward Sword remake, and I went, why? Nobody wants to remember that one. But,
yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah, and then, they already did the Metroid 2 thing, which I think Metroid 2... but then Link's Awakening, man, I was not ready for that fucking remake of all the ones you could have picked. I thought Twilight Princess was actually going to get ported, too. But nope, they did the one that nobody was ready for.
This is great because we played Link's Awakening on the podcast.
Yeah,
and I really loved it. It's definitely one of my favorite Zelda games now, and it's seemingly remade in that Zelda 3DS Link Between Worlds-esque type engine, you know, or type
which
design.
I'm totally okay with.
This is perfect for it. It keeps it simplistic, stays at its roots.
Right.
The world's going to be expansive and bigger layouts, which is really nice because playing on the Game Boy, they're much smaller. You're going to have much more aspects to work with this remake. This is really cool. It's definitely a game that is going to be remade enough where it's going to feel like a new game as well.
Yeah. Which, hey, fine. The only thing you got to do, what would have been really cap?
Minish
That's another one.
Yeah,
Minish Cap, the GBA one that nobody played, which is sad.
Well, maybe that's around the corner. Maybe they have an idea to bring a lot of those older mobile Zelda games. Could you imagine the Seasons games, the 2 season ones coming out?
Yeah, great. I just went over. Remember how I just went over how we thing?
Yeah.
It would be a cool dual pack, I guess. Honestly, I think Nintendo's on a fine path doing like original game remake, keep the palate warm.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a great strategy. There's enough history there to do it. Honestly, here's like my dream game is a remake of Link to the Past, but in Breath of the Wild style graphics and that kind of world, like not top down. That's like my dream game.
Yeah, maybe.
One day. And then make Ocarina of Time good. All right, moving on.
Ocarina of Time.
You know, not on N64. Oh wait, it's on 3DS. Never mind.
It's on 3DS.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I think the Nintendo Direct kind of nailed it out. They had some demos come out. I didn't try them.
No.
So,
hey, good Direct.
A very good Direct.
Yeah.
It makes the rest of 2019 Nintendo look very, very interesting. They're gonna have more exclusive than Xbox, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, so do you want to talk about that little rumor now?
What, the Xbox Game Pass coming to Switch?
Is that confirmed or is that like a rumor?
I think it's just a rumor. Does it really matter though?
I don't think there's gonna be a next Xbox. And if there is, I think it's just gonna be like, hey, if you want to just buy our box, you can. But I think honestly, Xbox is just gonna be like a service. It's gonna be on everything, and it's gonna be like, here's like Microsoft games. Yeah, idea. Like I kind of want to try PlayStation Now because that seems like the same idea now. But like, you know, just here, pay this money. Here's the games, $10 a month. Suck our dicks. Here we go.
Yeah.
Honestly, Game Pass is the reason I want Xbox One.
Well, you don't even need an Xbox One. They're expanding it on PC, so just get it on PC.
Yeah, but my PC has to like be strong enough to play those.
You just downgrade the graphics on
them. What am I going to do? Update my drivers all weekend? Hey, nerd. PCs are for Minesweeper and taxes.
Oh, God. I love that.
Yeah, and emulation. Speaking of which, a short story. You know, people are always hyped about Raspberry Pis.
Sure.
So my friend gave me one. How the fuck do people use these? These things are complicated as shit.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I don't get that. Anyway.
Okay, cool. Moving on to the theme. I'm going to play Pokemans. Hey.
Hello, Kitty.
We got Disney games to talk about. This was your theme pick, Kevin.
Yeah, because I needed something on the ironically, I am not a Disney fan, which is weird enough. Like, especially it's not helping playing Kingdom Hearts 2. Fuck, that game's annoying.
Yeah, it is.
Man, I'm not a Disney fan, but like I'm not craving for the days of Mickey Mouse again or anything.
Cool.
But I think we had some good picks. You know,
they were definitely a nice little variety. As I just noticed when I was making the agenda and everything, going through the companies between you, me, and Colin. When we picked our 2 games, we ended up picking games developed and published by the same people.
Yeah,
that was a nice little coincidence. I don't know if everyone did that on purpose. I know I kind of did, based on everyone else's picks.
Right.
You know, just because I wanted to be different.
You nerd.
Yeah, that's what I do. So these are games based on Disney properties, not necessarily developed by Disney themselves, but they're Disney character based. So
right. Cold Shadow.
16-bit era was definitely the strongest during this time. Not all of it's from that era, but you know, you got your Donald Ducks, you got your Mickey Mouses, etc., etc. Which is funny enough because, yeah, like you said, Kingdom Hearts just came out, so a lot of people are in the Disney craze right now, or at least getting more familiar. And this was definitely a time when these properties, you know, they just weren't shit out into a cheaply made cash grab game, right?
Right.
At least
they actually had some effort behind them, and it was like, it was almost cared for. But then again, no.
Yeah. So let's get into. You want to do Colin's picks first? Work his, because Colin's not here. He's busy.
Left us.
He's a busy guy.
He left us. Colin's abandoned the podcast.
He's abandoned. Right. Let's. Why don't you go over his first pick?
His first pick, Lion King for the Super Nintendo, Genesis, and Game Boy, developed by Virgin Interactive in December 1994. It's a story of Simba growing up and trying to get revenge for his dad, trying to defeat Scar. My notepad just went freaked out. Hold on. Game has a lot of fun colors. I played this personally on Genesis.
Oh, interesting.
I had a big. I don't like the colors on the Genesis. I feel like it looked very oversaturated personally. Super Nintendo one, I think, looks way better. But
I know what you mean about the oversaturated colors. That was kind of a Disney thing of the era.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of reds and oranges all the time.
All the time in this game.
Yeah, it was the same on the Super Nintendo. It wasn't just the Genesis then.
Yeah. I like this game personally, but the difficulty curve in this is notoriously insane. The first level's not too bad. I believe it's the second level I had issue with where you're swinging on monkey tails a lot.
Yes, I hated that.
Or the hippo tails. You don't hit the tail. You have to go to like the left butt cheek of the hippo. And then Simba like snaps to their tail. And the every hippo seems different, and it is annoying. If I wasn't playing with save states, I would have lost my mind playing this game. And then once you finally spend 3 hours doing that level, there is this other level where you're being thrown around in trees by monkeys to figure out which way you have to go to progress. No matter how many times I play this game, I can never fucking remember how to get through it.
It seems random, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's so. And people like every time I say that game, I'm like, you like the first level of that game,
right?
Like, you don't like this game. Like, if you played it now, and then once you finally get past that, you get to the Stampede level, and that's where the game's over. I don't think there's any more game after that. Well, I'm pretty convinced.
After I got stuck on level 2, right? Same issue that you had. I just decided to put in, because I was just having a bad time, right?
Yeah.
And I go, this game can't be this bad, right? I get it. It's notoriously hard right now. I've heard the rumors, and it's like, yeah, this isn't very fun. I put in the infinite lives code,
right? And
then I got through it. I was like, hey, okay, this isn't so bad. But because I had the infinite life code, the game then has a weird difficulty curve to it after that, where Simba grows up, and big lion time. He's got the big mane. He gets a swipe attack, and he can beat the shit out of all the hyenas and everything. The game gets really easy at that point.
Yeah, but like, that's the thing. Like, the game is almost programmed backwards.
Yes. Yeah. It was just really odd how a game was so difficult at one point, and then it just on a dime goes, nope, now it's super easy, and you just and you kind of finish it. I go, wow. Weird.
Honestly, I couldn't be bothered. Once I got to Elephant Graveyard, I was like, it's not the worst game in the world. Like, if you stick with it, it's easy enough to beat. But the fucking Stampede is like the textbook definition of when they were making games so hard that you had to buy them, you couldn't rent them. You had to dedicate to beat this game.
It was by design for sure.
Yeah, like I understand that games pretty much before PS1 and N64 were not meant to be beat unless it was an RPG. But like, this is dumb hard.
Yeah, you had to. This suffers from like a Ninja Gaiden 3 type thing. Where the difficulty curve was made to be at a certain level. Usually the rule is like 3 or 4, and then you just hit a wall to prevent you from just going to Blockbuster and having the game. So this Lion King game, I also didn't really like the loose controls. I thought the platform, like you said, with the hippo level and swinging on the tails, it's not the tail. It's more the left butt cheek hip area. So things like that just weren't intuitive. And G.I. Brian in the Twitch chat is like, old Lion King game.
I don't think there's ever been another Lion King.
Not like this, anyways. That's for
maybe
sure.
PlayStation 1?
Yeah, maybe.
They did those weird, like, Lion King 1.5.
So
I'm gonna look that up now while we're looking at that.
If it wasn't for that weird difficulty level to this, I would have passed it, but I'm failing Lion King.
Yeah, I could live without playing it. And just as an update on the PAL PS2, Son of Lion King is a game that exists.
Oh, well, that's definitely post when Disney cared about making games.
There's Lion King 1.5 and G.
Oh, that was a port. That was a later port.
1.5?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I remember reading that.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why they call it 1.5?
Cheap. It's pretty cheap. It runs for like about $10.
And then Simba's Mighty Adventure, I don't think I want to play that. Game Boy Color movie games are especially bad, by the way. So, hey, that exists.
So what's funny is when I bought a used Super Nintendo, it came with this game, and I just never bothered playing it. I just didn't have an interest. This is the first time I played it. That was not. It was kind of an experience. I was like, oh yeah, I do have this game.
That's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah. Like, I have an excuse to finally just pop it in.
Yeah. So Lion King, I don't know. It's for some reason I feel like it's something you have to, but at the same time, it's really not that great.
Yeah. A lot of people seem to have it though.
It's so common. I feel like everyone had it back in the.
G.I. Brian asks, "Is there even an ending?" No, there isn't.
The ending is probably like Shinobi. Like, good job.
That still really irritates me to this day.
Yeah. The thing is, that was like the problem with most games back then, which I don't. Is like they didn't want you to beat it or expect you to, so they're just like, "Hey, game over. Good job." But I will give this game one credit. Even on the Genesis, the sound samples for the voicing, pretty good.
You know what? That's gonna go along with our little Disney game theme we're talking about here. Is the music was always on point.
Yeah,
and the sound effects usually went with it too.
I would say, especially in the Super Nintendo, like when it starts and like the roaring sounds pretty good. Hey, pretty good game, you know, for at least technically wise. Gameplay wise, go right to hell.
Alrighty. So Colin's second pick, and again he couldn't be here, was the Jungle Book video game.
Yeah. What port did you play?
So it came out originally on the Master System, and that's what kind of stood out to me. However, I couldn't even find a ROM of that. So
I was gonna say, when he said Master System, I did not remember.
It was really odd. So it came out a year later to it was ported to like everything, right? So mostly Super Nintendo, Genesis. I again played the Super Nintendo version. Did you play the Genesis?
I played Genesis.
Okay, so those came out in '94, like a year later. This game runs for about $8. It's developed by Disney Software, published by Virgin Interactive. So same people, basically same team behind the Lion King game.
And man, does it feel like it.
And yes, on a lot of levels, or on a lot of comparisons. Stages are divided into chapters which sequentially comprise of the plot of the Jungle Book. I thought that was a nice little touch, cool. Lion King tried to do it to an extent. It was just odd how it went down.
What are you going to do beyond like a stampede?
Right. So levels are completed by collecting a sufficient number of gems that you find along these open world type levels, then finding a specific character placed within the level. So it's got this open world element to it, which was way different than Lion King, because Lion King felt like a straight platformer left to right, with different levels that required you to do different things. You said Stampede, the hippo tail, the monkey toss kind of deal. This wasn't like that. This had a set formula that each level is going to be by, and you might have a boss character encountered every other level. So just like the Lion King, I thought the controls were very loose. I did think the open level design definitely fit the theme of the game that it was going for, despite being just kind of okay at it. I did find it fairly fun to navigate through. It did get a little rinse and repeat though, which I didn't really care for.
Right.
What'd you think about the Jungle Book game?
So I played, and then I went right to Jungle Book, and it felt so similar technically wise. I was like, I kind of don't want to play this. I didn't play very long. It felt very loose and floaty, and I'm really not a big Jungle fan, so like there was really nothing motivating me, like nostalgic wise, to play it. So I gave it like the first level, and I was like, okay, this is just Lion King with Mosby. What's his name?
Mobley.
Whatever. It was. I don't know. Honestly, I'm really bored of it.
I was actually talking with a few people. I was like, "You remember the Jungle Book?" And they go, "Yeah." Well, I was playing a video game, and they were pronouncing it Mobley. Why? It's so wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like when people say Mario, I'm like, "Hey, you can't speak English. That's fine."
You mean like in Canada?
Yes, you guys are wrong. Just like your metric system.
The thing the world uses, Kevin.
Shut up.
It's Mowgli. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. So Mowgli, yeah, he's a bit floaty. Controls were a bit loose, just like Lion King. However, I thought this game played much better. It didn't have that crazy difficulty curve in it, which was very nice.
Yeah, it was paced better, but like, I don't know, it just seems so similar.
It felt similar, yeah. I thought the game was much better though.
Maybe I'll have to go back to it.
If the levels felt different from each other, I think this could have been a slam dunk of a game. There wasn't enough Baloo in the game for sure.
That's always a problem. Which,
the Jungle Book's best character. I don't know why they couldn't find ways to add more Baloo in the game. There was a fun little level where you're riding on Baloo's stomach as he's going down the river, and there's like, I think that was the level with the bare necessities going on in the background, which was really nice. So there's a lot to love about this game, and for about $8, I'm sure you can find it cheaper. I'm gonna actually pass this game, Kevin.
I didn't get far, so I could probably agree with you, because I was, like you said, it wasn't bad. I was just like,
you get weapon upgrades because you can throw bananas in the game and what have you. You even get a double banana attack, and I thought that was a nice little touch. It's just a simple platformer. If I had a Super Nintendo as a kid, right? If I was one of those kids, I had just an NES, and I was really into the Jungle Book, this would have been a great game to give a child of that era, Lion King was too damn hard. Kid's gonna play one level and then get frustrated and never play it again. A game like the Jungle Book, even though all the levels felt the same after a while, which they kind of were, it was still playable and you can beat the game.
Right.
It was very nice. It was a nice experience. It was simple. It wasn't great by any means. It was acceptable.
But is it a good $8 game?
I think it's a good $8 game. I wouldn't pay more than that. Yeah. But I think for $8, this is fine.
Yeah. GG. Okay.
So those were Colin's 2 picks. Now we're on to your picks, Mr. Theme Chooser.
I kind of wish I had more time to. Because honestly, I was like, Disney, because I was playing Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, sure. I've really wasted my pick here. Not that they're bad. I was just like, man, why'd I do this? So anyway, the first pick is DuckTales 2 for NES. The rarer of the DuckTales games. And that does not,
so we've played the first DuckTales for the podcast, I believe.
We did. And actually, I kind of wanted to convince you to play DuckTales Remastered, but then I realized it's too new. Fuck. So, like its predecessor, it's a non-linear platformer that allows the player to choose and complete all the levels in any particular order, being developed by Capcom, by the way. Very Mega Man-like. Controls are the same as the old game. I really hate this keypad because I keep fucking up the notepad.
Jesus.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You're a mess. You're a mess.
Yeah, I know. I am.
This is a serious retro gaming podcast, Kevin. You're ruining it.
Shut up, you fucking nerd. Scrooge can use his cane more to firing cannons, springy large gas. This is what I would call DuckTales 1.5 if it came out today.
Ooh.
So, like, DuckTales 1 and 2, they're honestly very similar.
Very similar.
It almost feels like this game didn't need to exist.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, honestly, they're such similar games. The only thing that makes this game, like, interesting, I mean, it's a good game, I'm not saying it's bad, is the fact that it's so damn expensive. And, like, people feel the need to, like, want it in the collecting community. What's weird enough, though, is there's a Game Boy version that's, like, $10, and it's, like, the same fucking game.
Indeed. So,
yeah.
Just to be clear, the NES version came out in spring 93, and then later that year, in December, it came out on the Game Boy. So a really quick port, right?
Yes.
The NES version runs for a minimum $200.
Right.
The Game Boy version runs anywhere from $10 to $15. Which
actually, when I was working at a game store, me and the owner of the store, we saw DuckTales 2 for Game Boy in the case. We were both like, "Holy shit!" Like they didn't even know there was a Game Boy port. We immediately we did eBay. Is this rare? Is this rare? And we're like, "No, this game's like $10." We're like, "Well, that's disappointing." Like, yeah. So, like we both didn't know it existed, and it's one of those weird things. People like have to have the NES one because, you know, the NES collectors. I'm putting my finger up my nose if you can't tell. But there's the Game Boy one's just fine. This game's really not that different than DuckTales 1, and honestly, the first one's more memorable to me.
The first one's more memorable. It's got an older vibe to it. The music is definitely more memorable from the first one. The moon level in particular. This game, this sequel, it's interesting because we did just play the first one last year, I believe. Yeah. And playing the second one, I only played the Game Boy version because I don't want to drop $200 on sequel like this.
Well, lucky for you, there's the Disney Afternoon Collection, which you could have gotten.
That does exist.
Yes, and that, honestly...
You've been trying to convince me to buy the Afternoon Collection for a long time.
Because it's a good deal. It's 6 games for $20, and 2 of those games are more than $200.
Yeah, the Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers too.
Yeah,
that's the other
one. Which I kind of wish I picked Chip 'n Dale, now that I think about it.
It's okay. So, the things they added in the game is definitely, you know, pulling various objects. You can use the cane.
How does the cane pull?
You have to pull it towards you, so you can't really push things.
No, I get it, but he kind of just like pokes it and it like suctions to it somehow.
Yeah, sure, yeah, why not? NES game, like, go easy on it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's fundamentally flawed. I'm just saying, like, weird.
And they added a few new mechanics, such as hanging from hooks, adding things you can interact with, like cannons and getting on rafts. So, you know, it was enough new things to make it warrant a sequel, I say. Yeah. I don't think it's 1.5 to the extent that you make it out to be. I do like, and this was one of my major issues with the first one, was the jumping with the cane. I thought was much easier in the sequel. They refined that particular control. Everything felt even more smooth than before, and the Game Boy version felt very nice. Really cool stuff. Now, was there a memorable level like the moon or the music sticking out? No. I'm afraid I can't say that about this one.
I will contribute that to a lot of people playing DuckTales 1, and I feel like it's kind of becoming an osmosis thing. Not that it's not truly good, but like people all talk about the moon, but nobody's really played DuckTales 2 to be like all communicate and be like, hey, remember this level? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so look, DuckTales 1 is enough. I feel if you've only played 1, playing or not playing 2.
Which level did you choose first? Because that's something the DuckTales games had, was the ability to choose which level you start at.
What did I start with, actually?
I always started with the Niagara Falls level.
I think I started with Egypt because I thought that was a really cool. At least that's the one that sticks out of my mind most. Like, I don't know. Yeah, you know, I started with Egypt and went to. Now I gotta remember. Bermuda Triangle. No, Egypt, Bermuda Triangle.
There's some weird places to visit. That was odd.
Scotland was honestly appropriate because you know Scrooge. Honestly, I think Egypt was the best level. Just had a good theme. I don't know. It reminded me of the older game too. Amazon. There's one level that was very similar in the first one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that would be the jungle one. Yeah,
jungle. That's what I'm thinking of. Amazon jungle, whatever.
Yeah, that was very similar to the the first level that everyone usually chose in the first game. There we go. Ugh,
I think you had to pick that one first. Like you get to a point in the level, it's like you need this item.
In the first game, yes.
Yeah, in the remastered, it does not do that.
But in DuckTales 2, well, the whole purpose is you found a map to a treasure and you have to put the pieces together. You just immediately choose any sort of level that's on this map, and then you find the little pieces. There you go.
Right. So, good game? It's okay?
I am going to pass it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll pass it, but I'm not, like, must play.
It's not a must play. Not like the first one. The first one was very... It stands out a lot more.
Yeah, there's a reason they only remastered the first one. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's honestly a Capcom-ass thing they do. Like, DuckTales 2 remastered, and then their collection. I'm calling it right now. So, that's a Capcom-ass thing they do.
Right.
Moving along. What
was your second pick?
The Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse on the Super Nintendo, developed by Capcom, published by Capcom. The plot of the game involves Mickey Mouse, Pluto, and Kingdom Hearts, great. And Donald Duck are playing catch in the park when it is Goofy's turn to throw the ball. What the fuck happened there?
Oh, I sneezed.
No, don't do that. Anyway, Goofy threw the ball too far, and Pluto runs off chasing the ball. Goofy runs after Pluto, and Mickey Mouse is alone, so he goes searching for his friends. But then, of course, he falls down a cliff into a strange magical land, as we all do. It's called taking acid.
Right.
Mickey meets an old wizard who tells Mickey that Pluto is taken by the evil King Pete.
You notice that shit, though? Anytime Mickey's in a video game or any sort of story, you have to... It's almost like you took acid, and you just have to suspend your disbelief. You're like, yeah, that shit happened.
Yeah. And Pete just, waiting there, trying to kidnap Dog. No, I guess. And then you just, complete through 6 different levels with your different powers and, not generic, that's not the right word, but woods, fire, wasteland, ice level.
Very typical, yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. A little bit of a slow-paced game. I see you wrote here funny fart noises.
Yeah.
I didn't really pick up on that too much. I mean, I guess they were farty sounding.
Dude, you jump on people's heads, and it makes a sound.
That was like a common 90s sound effect for.
Well, yeah, because farts were big in the 90s.
This is true. Have we played Booger Man?
No.
Oh, we gotta play Boogerman. Can that
like
Steam just be fucking weird ass games like Boogerman and?
Well, we did have the theme Strange and the Weird, Kevin. You could have picked Boogerman.
Well, I can't think of these things on the spot when you ask me. You're like, Kevin, I need games. Baseman.
Could we have gross 90s games as a theme?
Dude, whose theme's next?
Mine.
Gross. Okay, cool. Theme spoiler. Got it.
Already chosen.
I'm into that. But Magical Quest, it's a pretty good Capcom platformer, honestly. However, I for some reason thought it was going to be like a weird mini collection. It turns out to be a pretty okay Mickey platformer. I mean, it's not offensive. It's pretty good overall, honestly. It kind of is just slow. That's really it.
Well, so the other game we played was the Mickey Mouse platformer.
Mania, right?
Yeah.
I think did we do Mickey Mania?
No.
Oh, what am I thinking of? Check the spreadsheet.
Yeah, whatever. It's like Magic.
Magical Chase starring Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Magical Chase.
Yes. That's
Anyways,
what it was.
It's the older platformer one, and just like how the Genesis one had a lot of nice animations and music and everything, Mickey just moved too slow.
Mm-hmm.
And like you mentioned, it's kind of slower paced. This one does that same thing. Mickey just moves a bit too slow for my liking.
Right.
However, everything else seems to run pretty well. The platforming didn't feel floaty, like the other few games we talked about. The music is real nice, real good music actually.
Right.
Yeah, the plot's a little goofy.
Plot in a Super Nintendo game? Come on now.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Oh wait, plot's a little goofy.
Yeah. I realized that as soon as I said it.
I was debating, do I point this out?
The 4 different special power outfits you get was a nice little touch. It kept the game, from feeling stale. Sure, it had the wood, fire, wasteland, ice, stages that you get in every game of the time. If it's a platform.
Fire, wind, water, heart.
Yeah, fire, wind, water, the heart level, of course.
At the end, you fight Captain Planet, right?
It's like, wait, whoa, what? Huh, same game?
Fuck, they should do a Captain Planet game that's good.
You just have fire, wind, water, ice, and heart level.
Yeah. Somebody get on that.
Get on that. Make a Captain Planet platformer that just goes through the motions.
I mean, there is one. It's just bad.
Oh yeah. Isn't that the one that caused a bunch of epilepsy issues?
I've never heard about that, but now. No, that was a Transformers episode.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm thinking there's a Captain Planet NES game though.
So much like the previous Castle of Illusion, there we go. Got it. Much like the Castle of Illusion game, this one plays very similar to that. I will say it's not as detailed as the Castle of Illusion games. So they were able to put more emphasis on the jumping mechanic, not being floaty, a little bit more refined. Capcom was behind this game, so they know how jumping works in their games. I will give them that. So if Mickey moved faster, this would have been an easy pass. I think this is a bit too basic.
Yeah, okay.
Does it warrant a $15 price? I don't think so.
No, but that's because it's on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, well, the Super Nintendo bump, right? Nintendo bump.
Yeah.
I think if you can find the game for cheaper than that, yes. I think it's worth getting. Am I gonna pass the game? I will, but not for $15. I gotta be very specific about this one.
How's 10?
I think I could do 10.
Yeah, I could do 10.
Yeah.
So, all right, into it.
All right. So far so good. We haven't got a big stinker yet. We're getting there.
They're all okay. Oh, you picked the stinkers? What? Got 3DO, you know?
No 3DO here, just Disney games. Disney didn't come out on 3DO. All right, so my first pick, I went more Sega this time around. You know, you went to Capcom. You went to Capcom, Colin went to Disney, I went Sega. So my first Sega Disney game is Quackshot. Came out on the Sega Genesis in 1991, December. Developed, published by Sega. Goes for about $15. So there's a theme there that a lot of these games are about the $15 range. Plot, find the treasure Indiana Jones style, because we're Donald Duck and he's got to find the treasure.
He does love his treasure.
Yeah. Some interesting mechanics here where Donald Duck has a plunger gun. And you don't kill enemies, you just temporarily stun them, which causes a degree of difficulty when you have to backtrack through levels. Right? So there's that. You can also use the plunger to stick to walls and use it as a platformer at one point, which I thought was a nice little neat little mechanic they added. And then you can pick up chili peppers via bonk style, which increases his temper to have a tantrum, and it makes him go super fast, allows him to become invincible for a little bit, makes his speed go out of the realm of you can't control it, not really anyways, and that's how you can kill enemies. It knocks enemies out of the path. So however,
I can only appreciate you didn't have to hear Donald Duck's as he eats the pepper. My only real issue in this game was the jumping. Again, this is a major theme that's happening in a lot of these Disney games, is it felt super floaty. And when you have a super floaty jumping mechanic, you tend to not hit jumps properly and you fall through platforms. Can't hit them as well. And because it's on the Genesis, they felt a need to use blast processing. So Donald's rage mode was definitely blast processing. Listen, man, you can't not use blast processing. It just becomes a part of life.
That is all I could think of when he went full bonk style with the chili pepper, and he just starts going nuts. I'm just like, blast processing, ah!
The 90s dude.
Yeah, that's all I felt. That's all I felt playing this. I did like how, you know, you didn't, when you went about levels, it encouraged you, and forced you to then go to other levels to find unlock mechanics, to then go back to a previous level, like the first one, where he's like, oh, you don't have the necessary tools to get over this high wall. Okay. So then you call in the airplane, which isn't intuitive at first, by the way. You don't realize you have to call in the tailspin guys to come pick you up. You know? Right. And then you go choose different level to unlock the next one. So this Quackshot on the Genesis was interesting. It was very different compared to a lot of the other games we played on this list.
Yeah, it kind of stood out for me a little bit too. Especially just the fact that you're not playing as Mickey Mouse is already a plus, though. Like, it seems like the easy thing to be. It's always like, be Mickey, go adventure, not Donald, man. Where's our Pluto platformer?
Well, I mean, on our first cast, we did Goof Troop. Or no, that was the second one on the co-op one. So there's Goofy. Yeah. Or no, is that? No, that's not Goofy.
It's Goofy. It's called Goof Troop.
It's Goofy and Max. It's Goofy and Max.
It's not Goofy. Jesus.
Doesn't feel like a Goofy game, that's for sure.
Well, it's because it's good.
Because it's actually good.
Yeah. I need to finish that game. I just need someone to play it with, otherwise it's a pain in the ass. But anyway, Quackshot.
Back to Quackshot.
Yeah. That's the thing, you're right. All these platformers feel really, really like Disney put an emphasis on the animation of the characters, which caused things to like not feel as good as they could have.
Well, the other this was way different compared to the other Donald Duck game that we played in the past, on a past podcast episode, the Maui Mallard.
Yeah, well, that's the Donald Duck game they also want to pretend doesn't. But that one also had animation.
that one had animation to a fault. This one was a lot more basic in it, and I think that was to its benefit.
Right.
Now there was a lot of kind of weird hit detection flashes, which was really odd. Like you'd see the plunger clearly hit a square around all the enemies, rather than it looking like it actually hit the enemy itself. I thought that was kind of funny. You're like, okay, minimum effort, guys.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'd go halfway through a character, otherwise it would stop maybe a centimeter or two before them. It was, I don't know, it really, that kind of stuff just made me laugh.
Yeah. It's not a perfect game by any means. It is not a
perfect game, but I think it's okay.
Yeah. So you can live with it?
I can live with Quackshot. I wish more things were more intuitive than others. You know, I always go back to that very first level where you need the other thing to get over this wall, so it doesn't tell you that you need to go visit a different level. And it doesn't tell you that when you get to those flags, you can call the airplane in to take you away, and then that's how you progress.
Right.
That's quality of life. Things like that just makes life easier. You don't get frustrated with things. You don't feel like you have to go back to earlier parts of the level and then you die. That's where Quackshot, kind of loses me. It does get a pass though, barely. Though.
Yeah,
barely.
That's the thing. So, like, that's the thing. These are all solid games. Are you gonna lose out on something if you don't play it? Nah,
probably not. No.
Yeah, but they're all pretty solid.
Pretty solid. Okay.
So on to the shit game.
Oh, I was not expecting this. So
see, Fantasia, I knew better, so I didn't play this, I should tell you.
Fantasia is the last game we're talking about, and it came out on the Sega Genesis. It runs for about $8. It's developed by Infogrames, which was a kind of a subsidiary of Sega, but it's more with Atari. Published by Sega, released November 1991. So bear in mind, this is a month before Quackshot came out.
Yep.
Okay.
You gotta walk before you can run, Just
a month.
Gotta crawl before you can walk.
Okay. So, the plot. While the apprentice sorcerer slept, his master's music was stolen away. Now his dreams must restore the notes so the music again can play. That's Fantasia. And we did get a new sub on Twitch, Zach5046. Thank you so much.
What up, Broham?
Much appreciate.
A sub or a follow, though?
A follow.
See, very different. See, Zach, if you really love this, you'd subscribe. I'm joking, I love you.
Nah, it's okay.
I love you.
It's fine.
Love you.
Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, if anything.
Boo, YouTube.
Boo, YouTube. Anyways, so if you are familiar... okay. Before we talk about the game, Kevin, are you a fan of the Fantasia movie?
Fuck no.
You aren't?
It's boring. No, I told you, I'm not a big Disney fan.
Ooh.
Why did I pick this theme? Who knows?
I was a big fan of the Fantasia movie growing up. It's very old school Disney style with Mickey Mouse, and it focuses around music. Yeah. And so here I go. All these other Disney games we're playing are pretty solid. A lot of them have a little bit of a reputation on them being either they're very hard or, they could have done more with it, but it's passable. So I'm thinking Fantasia game, it's got to be centered around music, right?
Did you play this last?
I did.
Oh, good. What build up?
Oh, what build up indeed. So, the plot comes up and I go, okay, cool. We're going to look for music notes. That's Fantasia-esque. That sounds cool. So here I'm thinking there's going to be jumping related to the, the music's going to match jumping or something, or we're going to go across these musical levels. The music's going to be awesome. Jesus Christ, was I wrong?
Yup.
Good fucking God, this game. I was in awe of how bad everything about this was. I couldn't believe my eyes, first of all. Then I couldn't believe my ears, second of all. A game about Fantasia where the music's bad? Couldn't believe it.
Look, Infogrames never had a good...
Oh. And didn't we play an Infogrames game before?
You write down these developers, and honestly... Konami.
I swear we have. Because I remember, I'm like, Infogrames. Okay, that's an Atari. Okay. Well, anyways, back to Fantasia. The gameplay.
Yes.
So we graphics were bad, music was bad. Couldn't believe that. I'm like, okay, well maybe the gameplay's fine, because I just played Quackshot. Like, all right, some things were goofy about it, but whatever. Nope, the jumping's fucking terrible. Mickey does this weird bending knees motion to start each jump, and it's floaty as fuck. This was the most floaty of all the games, which made no fucking sense. And the hit detection it's one of the worst offenders we've ever played on the podcast of hit detection being this bad. You can't wrap your mind around this. And then there's this one mechanic. And I swear to God, you can land on enemies Mario style, right? But but I couldn't figure this out at first. I go, why is this only working fucking sometimes? And it's because you have to press down on the D-pad the second you're landing on an enemy, and that's what will kill them, right? Or you will take damage.
The worst thing.
Okay?
Yeah.
But because the hit detection's bad, you don't really know, you can't time it right half the time, so you're only 25... I mean, this is like Scott Steiner promo level. You know, it's like, okay, you have a 50% chance that the hit detection is going to be right, but you have a 25% chance.
And you got a 31% chance of hitting.
That you're only going to get it right to land on the enemies, so you're just going to have to just pray that you're timing it right with the bad hit detection. Unbelievable.
So, best game ever is what you're saying.
Oh, I'm going lightheaded, just remembering how bad this all was.
Yeah. The first time I played this when I was working at the Retro Game, somebody traded in a Genesis in Fantasia. So I was like, oh, I've never played this. Let me see what it is. And to test their Genesis, I thought their controller was broken.
You would really think everything's broken with this thing, because Fantasia.
I went through 3 controllers, first and third party, to go, what the fuck is up with this Genesis? And then I put in like a game I knew, like Sonic. I was like, oh, that game's just fucking terrible. Holy shit. Yeah. So.
You question if your system's broken. Fantasia on the Genesis is one of the worst games I have ever played in my life.
Yes. I would not recommend it.
And I looked this up. Even in the fucking Wikipedia article of this game, because that's just how I get where like the developer, publish, and release dates are. At the bottom, it's rated one of the top 10 worst Genesis games of all time. And I have
fucking nice.
I usually go, well, maybe that's harsh. I agree in this case with Fantasia.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. This is unacceptable.
Yeah. I honestly, I never liked Fantasia because I'm not a big... So I should have had something in my brain kick and gone, this isn't going to be good. Don't do it. Yeah, it's the fucking worst. And you know what the thing is? I know in DuckTales, when we talked about it, like, you have to really get it to activate, but then it like just goes. At least you understand your pogo sticking. So like it kind of works, and once you get used to it, but this felt like shit.
Really bad.
I don't know. Yeah, and then Quackshot came out, so you know things are.
Quackshot came out a month later. A month.
You think that hurt Quackshot's like sales because
absolutely,
like people
I guarantee that had something to do with it. You see a Disney game made by Sega, and a month earlier, Fantasia came out.
Yeah.
It came out like it made no sense to me based on even previous Mickey Mouse games that we played on this podcast. Hell, we just had Magical Quest, which I'm like, yeah, this is okay. It's solid. It's passable. That came out less than a year. That came out a year later, and it's so much better. How?
Magic?
Well, it's yeah, Magic from Magical Quest. Yeah. Mickey himself used his fantastical Fantasia magic powers that should have been in this game, and then teleported it to other Mickey Mouse games.
Just a bad game. Just
a bad game. So I think this goes without saying. We all agree Fantasia is the worst game we covered on the cast. We don't even have to have a vote on it.
Ever?
Well, it's definitely on this one. On this one.
I was just gonna say ever. I'm like, come on, that's mean.
Ever on this cast, I think Fantasia's definitely in my top 3.
All right, fair.
It's.
I don't know.
Wow.
Am I going to cry if I never play it again? I mean, no,
I might have PTSD just like from now on, and I'm saying this. Fantasia is going to be the benchmark of a game being unplayably bad.
Boo!
That is my benchmark. Like,
boo, hiss.
Yeah.
So pretty much, don't play that.
Do not play Fantasia. $8? I would give you $8 to not play this.
You know, the thing is that's probably worse is that, like, you would expect it to be so good because it's a Disney platformer, and this one just really fucking sucks.
Nobody play tested this. Nobody.
No.
Usually you find NES type games where hit detection's awful. You know, it was kind of that era where there was cash grabs. You know, you have games like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You have what's another example?
Repo Man. I don't know.
What, the wrestler from the 90s?
Yes, he has his own game. What a fucking game that would be, by the way.
Oh man.
So there's that. Look, just don't play it.
Do not play this game. All right, Kevin. What was your favorite game on the cast?
They were all. That's the thing. They're all solid. So it's like
5 out of 6 are solid.
Okay, you know what I meant. I don't know. I guess. Fuck, they're all like so even playing. That's the thing. I'll go with DuckTales 2, just because and that's like bias from like, well, I like DuckTales, so here we go. You know? That's the thing. Oh, maybe Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse is up there.
Yeah, I'll go with Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse is up there.
Keep on to say Magical Chase, but it's not that.
No, it's Magical Quest. Starring Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
Yeah, I know the feeling. A lot of them are very even with each other, except Fantasia.
Right.
I think I had the most fun with DuckTales 2. I think that's the game. Coming away from this cast, if I'm recommending a game to get that we played, I think DuckTales 2 for the Game Boy is the one I would go back to playing more than the others. I think the biggest surprise was definitely Jungle Book.
Jungle Book was okay.
I think that was the biggest surprise for me.
Yeah. I can live with that. Least favorite, without saying Fantasia, Lion King.
Yeah, just because that difficulty curve, I would have to agree with you. So we're in agreement with a lot of these games. How about that?
Yeah,
that never happens actually.
Yeah, I gotta fix. You know what? Fuck you. Fantasia was great.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
I can't. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Alrighty. If you want to join a community, we have partnered up with Retro Twitch, so head on over to them. You can easy access. Just go to their Twitter, twitter.com/RetroTwitchCom at the end, RetroTwitchCom. Nice little retro gaming community. Very fun, very cool. A lot of cool people over there. If you use the hashtag RetroTwitch, that's another good way to get involved. We're also, the Red Leaf Retrocast is also partnered up with the Anime Radicals, which is a nice conglomeration podcast network, very ambitious. So go hit them up on all those sites. Anime Radicals, easy enough to find. And Kevin, great Retrocast episode today, episode 38 from Disney.
Fuck you, Disney. I said it.
Well said. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye. Booyaka.
I hope my Audacity audio is okay. It seemed low coming in on my mic.
You can fix that, though.
Yeah, I mean, I can amplify it. It's just not going to sound as good. I'm wondering why it's sounding like it's coming across.
I don't know. Hey, pro tip, are we in post?
What's up?
Are we in like a post show, or did you just end the thing?
Yeah, we're post show right now.
Okay, so for anybody that wants this, actually, maybe I'll put it in Discord and you could decide what to do. I found this link recently, and you know how like Nintendo's been taking down every single ROM site ever?
Yes.
Well, on archive.org, somebody has uploaded full ROM sets of any system worth a damn.
Cool.
So, yeah, from like Atari 5200 all the way down to like Pokemon Mini ROMs, like that little thing. Watara Supervision ROMs. So if you ever need anything,
this is cool. I love it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shit, and I just
ZX
recently
Spectrum
found
games from Sinclair. That's really cool.
Yeah, so if you want that, it's there.
Awesome.
You are welcome.
Awesome link.
All right, I am hungry.
I am hungry as shit as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure my Audacity's there. Oh, that's because it's on my TV.
I'm gonna listen to
RLR.
Be quiet for a second.
No.
Well said. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Can't censor me. Alright, I'm gonna upload this right away.
Huh.
Okay.
I don't think it's 1.5 to the extent that you make it out to be.
You sound good?
It sounds alright.
Yeah. I have to...
It was just coming across Audacity a little low. I was wondering.
Yeah, don't you hate when that happens? Alright, I'm gonna upload the audio right now. So I don't forget.
Cool, man. Alright.
Word.